Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. If it's your first time here, we are an espresso-centric channel. We deal with the original line and the Vertuo line of Nespresso. If that's what you're looking for, you have found the right channel. For my returning podhead family, we will save all the announcements until the end. But without further ado, let's get right into the coffee. We are finally finished. Well, at least temporarily, because I can't find any more boxes or any more flavors, with the Starbucks reviews. This will be the end of the Starbucks line. So for this one, it is actually going to be their espresso roast. So let's take a look at what they have to say. All right, let's see what we got here. Multi-region, Asia Pacific and Latin America. Their description: every espresso beverage we handcraft for you started right here. The quest began in 1975 with a search for the perfect melding of beans and roast. Months of intense experimentation later, we arrived with this exact coffee. A recipe for caramely sweetness, so right, it's never been changed. Interesting, so caramel. Yep, they say molasses and caramelized sugar is your flavor. It's an espresso roast, so we're looking at 1.35 ounces. And it is a dark roast. Wow, intensity 11. Let's take a look at the box. So they got, ooh, that kind of all stayed nicely this time. Well, there's your pod, kind of a navy blue pod, espresso roast on the top, Starbucks 1.35 ounces on the bottom, molasses and caramelized sugar, Starbucks espresso roast. Let's go brew a shot. Starbucks espresso roast, round one, giving the next machine some love this week. Let's get this shot going. All right, so that's done brewing. It's got a very strong smell. I don't know why I struggle with that thing so bad. Molasses and caramelized sugar. If that smell should come out at all, I'm not getting that at all, but hey, let's go give it a taste. Molasses, caramelized sugar, espresso roast. Let's give it a taste. Wow, it's a lot. I thought the level 11 would be a lot more intense than it is. It's got a little bit of a, as it kind of went across my tongue the first time, I could almost feel, or kind of taste like this bitter kind of going out to the edges. So it was kind of that was an interesting first taste. Boy, this is another one where they're describing molasses and caramelized sugar. So I'm expecting a sweeter espresso. It does have an element of sweet to it. So maybe they're hitting the notes with the caramelized sugar. It's got a little bit of, I don't know if I would say it's molasses. It just has a sweet, and then there's some other flavor in there. But I'm not sure. I think it's molasses. It makes me wonder if, give me just 1 second. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to pull the same shot out of my Vertuo Plus and just see if there's any flavor profile difference. So this one's out of the Vertuo Plus. There's not a whole lot of difference in the taste, but the espresso is smoother. What in the... Boy, they're very, very, very close. But this one, which had, well, as you can kind of see, I mean, this one sat longer, so, you know, we know that, but the crema was substantially different on the Vertuo Plus than it was on the Next. In fact, I'm kind of half tempted to just show a side-by-side of the crema when they're done and brew them at the exact same time, just to show that difference. This one's a wee bit more intense, but the flavors are pretty close. This one just seems to be a little smoother, like just a little bit more silky of a texture to it. So that's interesting. None of them taste like molasses to me. They just taste like a little bit of a sweet flavored espresso, but then with that, I'll just call it the classic Starbucks kind of bite on your tongue, that sour, bitter, acid taste. That's kind of what these have. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do these in the same cups exactly at the same time, see kind of timing on them, and then also look at the crema layers. So yeah, let's go do that. My wife set up for the shot on the machines. And so we have our nice clean glassware, identical cups. Let's get these two going. Got our Starbucks pods. Did I press it? Yep, it's going. So that one's done. They're virtually identical in the crema layers. There's slightly more coffee on the Vertuo Next. Ever so slight. Well, now that we got 2 equal shots, let's go give these a taste. Well, they've both been stirred, so let's give it a taste. We'll go the plus first this time. Man, there are subtle differences in these two. I have an idea. Hun, I want you to move these around without me knowing. You remember where they're at. So you can change the spot or not change the spot. Huh?
Which is which?
Next, Vertuo Plus. Okay. Next, Vertuo Plus. So you can change them or you cannot change them, whatever you want to do. Done? Okay. All right. Okay, so what I had my wife do is, she didn't want to be on camera, so you'll have to trust me. What she did is mixed them up. I don't know which one's which. She moved them around while I walked away. I just want to do a blind taste test, see if I can pick out which one I liked better, which for me was the Vertuo Plus. So let's give it a taste. I think that one's the next. I tend to like this one better, so I'm kind of thinking this one's got a little more punch to it, a little bit more bite, if you will. So I'm tending to think that this one is the Vertuo Plus because I kind of like this one better than I liked this one. This one has a little bit of a lighter, more watery taste. This one I would equate, they say intensity 11, this one I would equate more down around a 9. This one I would equate more down around a 7. That's my guess. Wife, am I correct?
I left them the same.
Okay, then I'm correct. Because this was the Vertuo Plus, this was the next. There is a subtle difference. Now, would it be enough to say, ooh, that's so much better or worse? No. But in the levels, this one tastes more watery. But if you look on the high speed, I'm gonna try and line them up. The next took off making the coffee quicker, and my opinion is, I think it might have finished quicker. The Vertuo Plus was a little bit slower to get started, and I think the shot was brewed a little slower, which may equate to that extraction being a little bit stronger than this guy. I'm gonna try to line up the screen, see if maybe do a split screen or something like that, see if I can't line up the footage, but that was kind of fun. Just to see if your taste buds actually are what you think you like, and it's not just the predisposition to the machine. I think I gotta try one more thing. So give me just a second and I will be right back. Oh, it looks so cool. So what I did off camera was filled up this glass, our standard 20 ounce, about that far up with ice, brewed my shot directly in it, in the Espresso 4, 6 ounces of milk, 177 milliliters, 2 pumps of sweetener, frothed it for a little while just to get everything blended together and just to make that milk nice and creamy. If you don't normally make your iced drinks in the Espresso, put the milk in the Espresso, let it run for a little while on the cold setting. It creates a creamy texture in that milk, and it just makes those iced drinks so much better. So we got 2 pumps of sugar and the 6 ounces of milk. Let's give this a taste. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is really good. Oh man. Holy cow. Oh man. Wow. That is delicious as an iced drink. Wow. I probably, for my taste, would have gone back. I think 1 pump would have been sufficient. But I think for the sweeter people that like the sweeter iced drinks, I think the 2 pumps is going to hit the right notes for you. This is going to be great. So going into summer with these little guys and the iced coffee, not bad. It's not the most amazing one I've ever seen. It's not a Napoli or an Il Cafe, but it is really good. Wow. Boy, this almost puts me in a quandary. Let's take a look at what they're doing here. All right, so again, we're picking up these at Target. Starbucks by Nespresso, Vertuo Espresso Roast Coffee. It's a 10 count, $9.69, so about 97 cents each. So there's a small premium on these. This one falls into kind of a weird category for me for rating. As an espresso shot, it was good. As an iced coffee, it was above average. So this kind of puts me almost between giving it a 3-pod rating and a 4-pod rating. I'll have to stick with what it was originally made for, which is the espresso shot. And as an espresso shot, it's going to be 3 out of 5 pods. But just keep in mind, as an iced coffee, I would technically give this a 4 out of 5 pods. It's really, really good. Again, not a Napoli, not an Il Cafe, but really, really good. And for those of you that are using maybe the Starbucks line as filler while you wait for your coffee to arrive from Nespresso, we've kind of made our way through their entire lineup. Overall, I would say if you took Starbucks virtual line and just kind of average the whole thing, it's basically a 3. It just falls into the okay average. That'll bring us to a close of another video. I thank you so much for your time. There isn't any real big announcements. We had last week our Patreon contest. That gift card winner was Karen. It's on its way to her now. Remember that any video, any month, any week can have a hidden word in it. So if you think you found a hidden word that does not fit, go ahead and post that. If you're the first to post, you win a gift card also. If you need the rules for that contest, please check out NespressoReview.com. But otherwise, these amazing people you see scrolling by on the side are my patrons. They help support this channel. Without their direct support, we couldn't have grown like we did the last year. They help provide so much. And if you feel so inclined to help the channel directly, you can join us over at patreon.com/IPON70. It's the same as the YouTube channel. And support the channel that way for as little as $1 a month. If you haven't yet and we've earned your subscription, please subscribe, like the videos. That helps out YouTube immensely. And hit the bell notification also so you're alerted every time we drop a new video, which is every Friday. Until next week with not another Starbucks video, have a great rest of your day. Starbucks Espresso Roast, round 1, giving the next machine some love this week. Let's get this going. I can't even get it. Oh, this number. Oh, good